I'm cutting a piece of meat for Corky, that's what I'm doing.
You're gonna give that to the dog?
Yes.
Do you know how expensive that stuff is?
Nothing is too good for Corky.
Oh, yeah, well, why don't you just tell that to Lesley?
Tell what to Lesley?
He's gonna give this...
No! What are you doing?
I'm testing.
No, you're killing it. Don't do that.
Needs a little more cooking. Just
Thank
just
you
a little
so
more.
much.
A little more.
Listen, Amy, I want you to go upstairs if you wouldn't tell Mike to put a clean shirt on. I forgot to tell him he'll wear that grubby thing, and then help me finish setting the table.
Sure.
You stay out of dinner, you hear me? Come on, everybody go. Everybody move. Let's go. Let's go.
I gotta wash my hands first.
Yes, well, I suppose as long as it's not your hair.
Ha-ha. Yeah, coming right up. Coming right up. Right there.
Stella's not going to like this. I understand she slaved all afternoon on that leg of lamb.
I already told her I wouldn't be here.
Why would the Webbers invite you to dinner?
They need a reason?
Maybe they want something from you.
Edward, it's simply a dinner invitation. Now, surely you sometimes invite people over for no other reason than to enjoy the pleasure of their company.
Well, why bother when I have the company of my own family, and I certainly find them far more stimulating than outsiders.
I suppose that each person has his own taste. Personally, I like to mingle socially with all different types.
Yeah, well, you take my advice, my boy. Stay away from outsiders. They're only going to get you in trouble.
I'll remember that. Have a good night, Edward.
Good night.
Oh, Stella says dinner is served.
Yeah, boy, I'm famished.
Now, who could be calling at this hour?
Well, it's either a politician or a salesman. They only call you when they know you're at home. Here, I'll handle this. Yaman?
Hello, Edward. Robert Scorpio here.
Well, Mr. Commissioner, what can I do for you?
Need to see you right away, Edward.
May I ask what it's in reference to?
You could try, but you wouldn't get an answer. Let's just leave it at that. Now, it'll be in your best interest to get here right away.
Well, I'm just sitting down to dinner.
Put it in the oven, Edward. I'll see you in 20 minutes.
Father?
He wants to see me.
But right now?
He says it's in my best interest.
I don't even want to guess what he wants.
No, don't. You'll digest your food better. Monica,
Yeah.
would you, ask Stella to keep my food warm? Lord knows when I'll get back.
Yeah.
Who is it?
Heather Weber.
You're right there.
You wanted more proof?
What happened to you?
Monica Quartermain. I told you she murdered Susan, and now she's trying to kill me.
Must do it again sometime. But mind how you go with that eye, you know, that sort of thing can get you into trouble.
Just remember who gave it to me, Commissioner.
Bye. I hope I haven't kept you waiting too long, officer.
No problem. What can I do for you?
Well, what can you tell me about who was on duty the night of February the 11th?
Well, I was.
Okay. Now, I want to know about, two prisoners you had in there, Jimmy Lee Holt and Crane Tolliver.
Holt. A young guy.
And Tolliver?
Drunk, I think. Yeah. Found him in an alley. Pulled a fire alarm. Wasn't that it?
I honestly don't know. What I really want to find out is what happened in jail that night.
Well, I'll tell you, not too much. Kind of a quiet night, if I remember right.
Did Tolliver and Holt have any contact?
Couldn't have.
Why not?
Different cells.
You sure?
Yeah.
See. Okay, look, that'll be all for now. If I need you again, I'll get back to you. Thank you.
Right.
Jimmy Lee, this is Commissioner Scorpio here. Yeah, I'd like to have a talk to you. At my place. When you finish work. Okay, let's say, 1 hour. Good. I'll be expecting you.
Blackie, have you been messing with this corkscrew?
No, I haven't. I'm calling Tommy right now. Hang on.
The side is all wonky.
Wonky? What's wonky?
Loose.
When can we eat? As soon as Dr. Putnam gets here.
Tommy! Tomasito, what's happening, dude? What's Blackie? Yeah, listen, I'm free. I'm off probation, stupid. What do you... Yeah. Yeah, I'd love to celebrate. Cool. All right. Shut up. Yeah, all right. Thanks.
Let me talk to
No,
him.
wait. Will you be quiet? I got company for dinner coming over. I gotta ask Lesley if I can leave. Okay.
Let me...
Oh, he already hung up, Amy. Sorry about that.
I wanted to talk to him.
I can't blame me. He's a pretty cool dude, you know?
Pretty cool since when?
Since he wants to take me out to celebrate. It's not every day a guy gets off probation. What do you think? Can I leave after dinner?
Can I go too? Me too?
You're too young. You weren't invited. You talk to him.
Can I go, please?
Sure, you can go. However, don't celebrate too much because I don't want you back in trouble. I just got you out.
Oh, come on. Don't worry about me. I'll play everything cool. Mr. Cool, Mr. Clean. That's why. No drinking, no nothing.
And I could go and I could keep an eye on him, okay? Keep him out of trouble?
No, you don't, Amy.
Hey, don't start.
I ain't starting nothing.
I know starting when I hear it. That was starting.
Oh, excuse me, I've got to get the
Shape
bell.
up. That is grand. You're practically perfect.
I don't want you tagging around with me.
I don't need your permission to go anywhere.
Good evening. Come in. Let me take
thank
your
you.
coat.
Great. Oh, by the way, your directions were right on the mark.
Perfect.
You know what, Amy? You're a big pain.
Paris, you are an absolute jerk. Guys, cool it. Mom Lesley looks mad.
We've been wanting to invite you over for quite a while, but we've been redecorating.
Oh, it was well worth the wait. The house looks terrific.
Thank you.
Understand you're house hunting as well.
I'd like to have something lined up for Celia to look at. Of course, she'll make the final choice.
Can we eat soon?
Pretty soon, honey.
I'll go check the food.
Everything is under control.
You never know that broccoli. That crazy broccoli could overflow. You know that broccoli.
might go.
It's okay. All the good ones are gone anyway.
There's more of everything in the kitchen. Amy, would you like to refill that tray?
I'd be more than happy to. Excuse me.
Broccoli's fine. Need a refill there, Amy? Thank you. Goodbye.
I'm glad you like it, General. You seem to be fitting right in.
Well, everyone's been very helpful. Amy especially. She's made me feel right at home.
How's life with the Quartermains?
Interesting, to say the least.
Yeah?
That's got to be an understatement if I've ever heard one.
Well, there's never a dull moment.
They are a remarkable family. You never know what to expect next.
It's true. Seems like there's been something going on ever since I moved in. First the flap over Edward's illegitimate son, then...
What do you think about all that?
Amy, not now, dear.
Jimmy Lee seems like a personable fellow.
Yeah, you met him at the hospital that day, didn't you?
Not the first time.
No?
No, it was my first week in Port Charles. At Susan Baldwin's house, as a matter of fact.
Jimmy Lee knew Susan.
Well, he was at her cottage when Mark Dante took me over to examine her. A week or so before she... A week before she died.
How extraordinary.
That is odd.
You don't think there could be some connection, do you? I mean, Jimmy Lee and Susan?
Oh, that seems pretty far-fetched to me.
Yeah, it's got to just be some kind of coincidence. I mean, what connection could there be between those two?
I don't know. I hope I didn't open up a can of worms.
I appreciate you stopping by, Mr. Quartermain.
You realize I'm missing my dinner.
Never mind, one serving of veracity, and I'm sure you'll be back for a second course.
I beg your pardon?
When it comes to dishing out the truth, you Quartermains are somewhat on a starvation diet.
Yeah, that's very funny, Scorpio, but untrue.
Well, I hope you're going to level with me. Reason being is that, Monica lied.
No? Why would she do that? She doesn't have anything to hide.
Do you?
What can I tell you? I don't know anything about Monica's whereabouts.
Then let me fill you in. She was at Susan's the night of the murder.
Yeah, both she and Alan were. They've admitted that.
Will you admit you were there?
I never left the house.
I have a witness.
You're bluffing.
Scotty Baldwin saw you.
Scotty Baldwin? Oh, good Lord, he couldn't have seen me. I saw him when he was...
Now, I want the truth. All of it.
But
Let's start at the beginning, shall we? Tell me everything you did the night of Susan's murder.
Well, I was alone in my den. I went into the living room and looked out through the French windows. I saw that Alan and Monica had just left. I wanted to check out the entryway to make sure nobody was there. I didn't want anyone to see me. When I was sure that the coast was clear, I went to the closet, grabbed my coat, and sneaked out of the house. I drove directly to the house. I had to talk her out of it. I parked the car and started up toward the house. It was damp and cold. And I heard something behind me. I turned and saw it was Scotty. I ducked behind the bushes so he wouldn't see me. Scotty went up to the house, unlocked the door, and went in. Inasmuch as I couldn't talk to Susan, I just turned around and came back home again.
starting to worry about you.
I'm sorry, I was busy.
Why are you wearing those sunglasses?
I ran into a door.
What happened to your eye?
Monica Quartermain.
Afraid to ask how she looks.
Don't worry, she'll live.
I'm also afraid to ask what the fight was about.
I told Scorpio that I saw Monica coming down Susan's staircase right after the murder.
He believed that?
Of course he did. But I decided to go over to the Quartermains and plan a note. That's when I saw the picture.
What are you talking about?
In the Quartermain's basement. There was a picture down there that Alan Quartermain or someone was using for target practice. Well, I called Robert's office and left an anonymous tip, and he did the rest.
Heather, what the hell are you doing down in the Quartermain basement?
I was hiding.
From who?
The Quartermains. I didn't want them to catch me there.
Heather, listen to me, okay?
Don't you realize that now Scorpio has 2 other solid leads? He's got to let you out of here.
Heather, you committed a felony. You broke into the house. What if they would have caught you?
They didn't.
Yeah, but what if they would have caught you? What difference would the picture make then?
I don't know. I don't care. I did it for you.
I know. Well, stop doing it for me, okay? Because it's not helping me. It's not helping you. It's not helping anybody.
It doesn't matter if it gets you out of jail, Scotty.
You'll do anything for me, won't you?
Yes.
Even lie? Perjure yourself?
If that's what it takes.
Have you?
Have I what?
Did you lie to Scorpio?
I saw the picture.
I'm not talking about that. Did you see Monica?
What about Monica?
Did you see Monica coming down the stairs?
I don't see what difference it makes.
It makes a big difference. Now, did you or did you not see Monica?
I just don't understand. I would have sworn I had enough meat. I don't know how I could have been that far off.
Good.
Listen, I have been thinking about what he said, you know, about Jimmy Lee.
Yeah, it's odd that he would see Jimmy Lee at Susan.
I think so because he just got to town. I don't know how he would know her, and I keep wondering if it has any significance.
She was murdered, Lesley. Anything might be significant.
Well, maybe I should talk to Robert about it, huh?
Good idea.
Think? All right, I'll do that.
Man, what a great meal.
Thank
Next
you.
split down?
Well,
you want me-
perhaps if you had said, may I please be excused?
Oh, that's what I meant. May I please be
Uh-huh.
excused.
Don't you want some dessert?
No, thanks. I couldn't eat another thing.
Did you have enough meat?
Huh? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, I'm stuffed. I had plenty of meat.
Okay. Well, all right, then. Have you said goodnight to Grant?
Well, I don't want to go back in there. Can you just say goodbye to him for me? Amy and I'll start fighting again.
Fine, just have a good night, okay?
Okay, thanks.
Don't be late. Don't forget that you have class in the morning.
I know. Okay, we'll see you.
Bye.
Good meal, thanks.
Thank you.
All right.
All right, now listen, Heather, I'm going to ask you again. Is it the truth? You saw Monica.
Yes.
Why didn't you tell me this before? It could have helped.
Scotty, it doesn't matter. I know things aren't perfect, but at least it can help get you out of here.
Heather.
I love you. I need you out of here.
I know, but... Heather, listen to me. If you really do love me, you're gonna stop trying to help me.
But that's what it's all about, helping and sharing and...
No, it's not. It's making us look like accomplices, okay? I want to protect you. But I can't protect you if you go on fabricating these stories.
All I'm trying to do is help. That's the reason I've done everything I've done.
I know, but it's just gonna backfire. Now, don't do anything else. Just stick to your story. And don't say another word to anybody.
You sure you left when Scotty went in?
Would I lie?
Oh, I think you would, but I hope you've got more sense.
Scorpio, I hope you realize the only reason I didn't mention any of this before is because it's totally irrelevant.
Why don't you let me be the judge of that? Now, I'd like you to enlighten me on a few other little points.
If I can, certainly.
Let's start with Jimmy Lee Holt.
What does he have to do with anything?
That's what I'd like to know.
You know as much about the boy as I do.
Do I?
All right, I've admitted that he is my natural son. These things happen.
Do you suppose that Crane Tolliver could have induced Jimmy Lee to come here?
I can't answer that. I don't even know this Crane. What did you say his name was?
Tolliver, 2 L's.
Never heard of the man.
Sure.
Well, of course I'm sure.
Come over here, Edward. I have something to show you.
Lila Morgan married to Edward Corp. Lila Morgan married Crane Tolliver.
Now, what do you say about that?
General Hospital will continue in a moment.